Discovery Day in Kent, England. We are going to be visiting Kent Comics, which is here. It's not quite open yet. We've got about 5-6 more minutes. But it's down this alleyway just off of that street that I don't know the name of. Because this is in a place called Orpington. So we've been here before a couple years back. Was it during the pandemic?
No.
Or was it before the pandemic?
It was after.
Really?
Yeah.
That's how much I have been paying attention to everything. As you can see, or hear probably, it's raining quite a lot. So I'm going to probably take some footage of the comic shop if they let me. And I will see you guys in just a few seconds. Hi, so we're back home now. Let's get into what this guy and I got at Kent Comics in Orpington. All right, so Luke's gonna talk about his comics first. Say hello to the cat fur couch. So do you want to start?
Yeah, okay. So I got some of the Teen Titans animated series tie-in comics. This was called Teen Titans Go, but it's not to be confused with the same cartoon, or the cartoon of the same name, excuse me. I got number 4, number 5, 20, 24, and 38. So I cleaned out their DC cartoon tie-in comics section. In fact, the guy had to go out the back and find these for me.
Yeah, it's really funny when you go to a place and you ask for something and they keep showing you things and you're like, yeah, I'll take that one. I'll take that one. I'll take that one.
There were some that I said no to.
Yeah, it wasn't very many, but these weren't, how much were these a piece?
£2 something.
Yeah, so much. They weren't very much, but it's the fact that we like
they're
these
not
things.
in excellent condition either. Like you see, this one's got some rolling there on the cover.
Oh yeah,
and you can see they're reader copies. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But these things are hard enough to come by in the first place. So if you can find any that are in at least passable condition, you should pick them up. The next thing I want to talk about, I got a bunch of these X-Men Adventures. So this is the first issue of season 3. So these are like the comic book adaptation of the episodes of X-Men the animated series, like you can see.
Ooh,
is this the one?
Peter, that's one of my favorite
Peter Pan. I think maybe at this point they might be doing original stories.
I've never tried that cereal.
Because I thought this was the story where there was that alien spaceship underground. And, yeah, I don't know, maybe not. But I've got most of season 2 as well. Now this one I'm pretty certain is an adaptation of the... Yeah, it is. It's the X-Men in the Savage Land at this point. But I got 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and 4. So most of season 2 of X-Men Adventures. I think it's 13 issues per season, so I just need 1, 2, and 3 to have all of these. Yeah, there's this one's got some insert in it for it's Marvel trading cards. Interesting. Lowell Lucas Jr., I know he'll be interested in that. I remember these being in the comics. Yeah, now that I think about it. Yeah, I remember this. Huh. Blast from the past there. But yes, very 90s artwork there, showing Wolverine versus Omega Red. I'm very pleased to track these down. It's funny because the guy was going through the DC cartoon stuff and he popped his head around the corner and went, "You interested in X-Men Adventures as well?" I went, "Yeah."
it wasn't as cartoon like as what he just did, but Almost.
All right, next, I've been on a bit of a Lobo kick, as you've seen on my channel. I did a video essay about Lobo recently. I picked up this 3D sort of lenticular cover of an issue of Justice League. There's Lobo on it, and Lobo's taken over the series for that issue. I also got...
This is one of the ones I picked out, I think.
Yeah, you did. You showed me this, and you said, should we get this? And I said, yes. I also got Legion number 1, 2, 3... and 5, because this is the storyline where Lobo is introduced as part of the Legion. I forget what issue he first appears in. I think it might have been 3, but yeah, that's why I picked these ones out. And as you can see, like £1.50, virtually nothing. Sticking to the same theme.
And this is why Luke has a room full of plastic boxes filled with comic books and stuff, because there is no idea of what money is.
No, I have a very clear
I'm
idea.
joking. I'm obviously kidding. I'm kidding.
That's not worth that. Doesn't cost very much. Yeah, I'll buy all of them.
But it doesn't cost much for Joy.
No, it doesn't. And an issue of Justice League International with Lobo versus Guy Gardner. So I remember this being a fun issue. I used to have it. I sold most of my collection about a decade ago.
Yeah, because we, back when we moved into our own place, adult things we have to do sometimes really suck, but it's good because when we get older and we have adult money, we can actually rebuy those things.
Yeah. Speaking of, next, I have this issue of Robin, number 24. This is the first appearance of Lockup from Batman the Animated Series. So whenever I go into a comic shop, I always look out for this issue, just to see if they've got it, and they did for like £1.95. I think I paid more for that when it first came out. I know the price on there says what? Oh, it doesn't even have a UK price on there anymore, so it would have been about £1 or something. But they're sleeping on this issue, first appearance of Lockup. Similarly, this issue of Birds of Prey, also £1.95, first appearance of the Condiment King.
Oh yeah.
Also from Batman the Animated Series, so... if I ever see these two, I pick them up, even though they'll probably never be worth anything, and I've only got like 3 copies of them.
How many copies of them do you have now?
3.
3?
Yeah. Well, 3 of this one, 1 of this one now.
I think I just witnessed my own ADHD moment, because you said how many you had, didn't you? But I went and I looked over at something else because I saw a shadow of something. And I was like, oh...
So next, a Legion of Superheroes tie-in comics. So Legion of Superheroes in the 31st Century, number 6. So this one actually did cost a bit more than the others, because apparently it's the first appearance of Teen Lantern, which I didn't even know was a thing, but the guy was telling me about it. I was like, oh, okay, fine.
Was it £10?
Yeah, I paid a tenner for it. Yeah. Again, these Legion of Superhero comics are really hard to come by, particularly when they're in nice condition like this one. So...
yeah, that's quite surprising, considering it was mainly geared toward younger people because of the whole Cartoon Network angle.
Yeah.
But this one was in really good condition. The other ones are in good condition, but they do have their wear and tear on them. The Teen Titans Go ones.
Yeah, that's right. But my last piece, my big purchase here, is Avengers King Size Annual 10, because it's the first appearance of Rogue. And this is a fairly reasonable price for it. I was saying to the guy in the shop, I used to have this, and 10 years ago I sold it for like £20, and I've been kicking myself. So it's got some minor defects with it, like around the spine. It's a little bit worn, and I think there's a little bit of fraying up here, but it's excellent condition, I think. Really good.
And how old is this comic?
About 40 years.
Yeah, so for 40 years... it only having that much wear and tear.
It came out in 1981. I thought it came out in 83, but yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
43 years, that's not bad. This, unfortunately, this is like one of the worst covers, I think, that you can ever have, because it's just got like 5 different images broken up into panels. It's not a great cover, but it's a good story. And actually, Marvel published a new printing of this recently. I think it was like last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, where they did a regular version and a foil version, and I bought those, and now I've actually got the original as well again. So
Nice.
that's nice. So let me take my stuff out of the way.
All right, so I don't know if you guys remember, but I said I was going to ask every comic book shop that I went to if I was going to ask them one question. Do you have Barbie comics? Like, it's the Marvel early 90s Barbie's comics. Because I know Barbie did comics, but they weren't tied with Marvel, and they were just like, I don't know, Barbie stuff.
Oh.
Whereas this, they had some. So Luke has an itemized thing on his phone for me on which ones I have and don't have, and I got Hot Skatin' and what I call Presidential Barbie, but this one is the October one, and this one is the December one from 91.
58 and number 60.
Yeah, 58 and number 60.
I think there are only 65 issues of this. So when a comic is about to get cancelled, the print run gets really small. So these later issues are very hard to find.
And they were only £2.95, which I thought was really great because he had, because these were also in the back. He had two other ones, but I had those ones. I really should have got them anyway, just to have them and to be a hoarder, but I'm not really like that. He had to actually look up the prices for these, but yeah, they were only $2.95 a piece, which I think is very good. To be honest with you, I would have paid more for them if he would have asked me.
Yeah.
Because the condition of them is they're really, really, really good. Like, you know how Luke was saying, what did you call the
It's like a slight fold, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't see any folds or anything on these.
Funnily enough, though, you can see that they have slightly tanned around the edges, which I don't know what would cause that. Just exposure to the environment, I suppose, because you can see it's not quite as white along there.
Oh, I just saw that. That's it looks like a smoker must have had it.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh no,
That's not bad.
Yeah, that kind of sucks, but I didn't realize that. But in terms of like tearing and stuff,
they're all
there
intact.
aren't any. But yeah, it kind of looks like now that I can see it, it kind of looks like a smoker had it.
It's a smoke ring.
Like, especially like when you look in this corner, it actually looks like coming from a house that they were heavy smokers. Kind of looks like that. Yes, Gilly, I know, but I don't smoke anymore. It's okay. So yeah, that's what we got. Oh, wait.
Yeah, so
There's more.
The best thing. So we were making a joke with the guy in the shop about some of the like the collectibles he had up on the walls.
Yeah.
You might be able to see it in the pictures. You might have missed it. For instance, they had an original X-Men movie Halle Berry Storm action figure still in its box.
Yeah, and Lara Croft, the Angelina Jolie version.
Yes, but Mary spotted on the top shelf. She went, "Is that Whoopi Goldberg?" So it's a Guinan from Star Trek: The Next Generation keyring. And the guy was like, yeah, we've got a bunch of these. We've also got Malcolm McDowell.
You can see, like, when you look at it, how long and how old they are, because they still have, like, the dust on there.
Yeah, they're caked in dust.
But, oh my god, I'm so stoked to have this one.
Yes.
Because I'm a big, huge fan of Whoopi Goldberg. And I remember, Deep Space Nine from when I was a kid.
She was in Next Generation.
Sorry, excuse me. Next Generation.
No.
Next Generation and Deep Space Nine, my stepdad used to watch, so pardon me for getting them mixed up a little bit.
Well, Worf was in Deep Space Nine, and O'Brien, and they were in both shows.
Yeah. But yeah, because they were both the 90s.
Yeah, 80s and 90s.
Yeah, 80s and 90s, so yeah, I was real young, got mixed up. English. I love Whoopi Goldberg. I don't care what she's in, who she plays, I'm going to watch it. And it's going to be a wonderful thing.
Yeah, and the best thing about it is, well, Gilgamesh wanted it. The best thing about it is he gave them to us for nothing.
Yeah.
He had like 5 or 6 of each of them, and, we joked that they'd been there since the film came out, and he said, actually, yes, they probably have. The shop's been there for nearly 30 years. They just likely just have been up there and no one's been interested in them apart from Gilgamesh.
Yeah, but this is Malcolm McDowell's character. And look, it doesn't really look like him.
It does. If someone showed me this and said, who is that? Is it Malcolm McDowell?
That does not look like Whoopi Goldberg. But I noticed the hat and the uniform. So this does not look like Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg is one of the most beautiful women in acting today, and unfortunately this does not actually look like her. But like I said, I saw the outfit and I knew exactly who it was, but I had to ask to make sure. And yeah, I think that's it for what we got.
Yeah.
I mean, we did go by the Polish supermarket, and we got some nice things there, some nice tasty things there. That was nice. But I'm going to turn back to my face now. Okay, so we should tell you what our ratings are now. So what we're going to base this on at the moment: location, price, stock. When we say stock, what I mean by that is if it has a good new to old ratio, staff friendliness, and Funko. I'll get Luke. Would you like to explain?
Yeah, so Mary gets frustrated when she goes to a comic shop and finds it's all full of Funkos. You know, you can have some, that's fine, but when it takes up, like, 2/3 of your store, that's maybe a bit excessive.
Yeah, I didn't see any Funkos there.
Yeah, you're spoiling the ratings.
Yeah, but anyways, what is your rating, sir?
Do you want me to rate each section?
No, just give me one rating for all.
So overall, I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5. So its strengths are really good stock, decent mix of some very old stuff through to modern stuff.
Clean.
Yeah, it was clean, well organised, very clearly laid out. They had a huge amount of stock in their back room that I wish I could go through.
But I'm just going to interject here for a little bit.
Please.
It was great because the man that was working there seemed to know, almost like as if he had a computer in his head, what they had back there.
Yes. Although he was saying that he was certainly had some more Teen Titans Go out there somewhere.
Yeah.
And he was going to have to go digging for them.
Yeah, he said it was really great because we could call ahead of time to see. But anyways, I'll finish with your rating. I'm just getting sidetracked.
The location, it's just off the high street down, I would call it, it's not really an alleyway, but it's kind of like on the edge of a residential area. There's not very good parking nearby. You have to go and park at the nearby shopping centre, I think. And their multi-storey car park is awful. But generally, it's an okay location. Guy was very friendly, very attentive. He was more than happy to go looking for extra stuff for us. And obviously, he gave us these for nothing, so that was a good deal. And I think the prices he set were fair.
Yeah.
They were fair. The last place we went to, the cartoon shop, the guy was just more than willing to knock money off of stuff just because it was old stock and he wanted to get rid of it. Not so much here, but we got some freebies, and I think the guy gave us a good deal, particularly on that comic with Teen Lantern, because he showed me how much it was going for online, and he said, well, how about we just say a tenner? Which was, fine. And I'm quite happy with that price for the Avengers Annual as well. So, overall, 4.5 out of 5. And, as Mary said, they didn't seem to have a single Funko Pop in there, which is a win for some people, may not be for others. Sorry, I'm just looking at Gilgamesh sniffing that stuff.
Okay, so with me, I was gonna go with 4 stars, but I will say 4.5 because my main gripe is location, and I do not care for the place that it is in. It's in a place called Orpington, and I just don't think that for people that are from bigger cities and everything like that, it's just a bit harder to get around. And when you don't have as much parking, or we couldn't easily find parking other than a multi-story car park and, a multi-story parking garage. And if you've ever been to multi-story in England, it is so cramped and people are just so not respectful when they're driving. Luckily this time we didn't have it wasn't other people's issues. It was the fact that it's just so small. That is a big thing for me. So unfortunately it would have been a 5. but it's a 4.5 because of location. Everything else was great. I love the fact that both places that we've been to now, neither of the people that were working that day judged me or did, like kind of like an insulting laugh about me asking about the Barbie comics. And they actually knew what I was talking about. So that was great. The cleanliness, the organization, it was really great. And the fact that the man that, I wish I would have got his name, but the man that was working there said that we could call ahead one week, or whenever we come back, we could call ahead on, say, like a Wednesday if we come up on a Saturday, so he could have some time to look for the things that we wanted. I thought that was really awesome. I will tell you the total we spent on a few things, but I don't actually remember the total we spent on everything.
I remember.
So the Teen Lantern, I believe that was £10. The Barbie comics, as well as
the X-Men.
Yeah, as the X-Men and the Teen Titans were both $2.95, and I think that is that's such an incredibly good price, because I didn't have to pay for shipping. I didn't have to spend hours and hours looking for them. The man just went into the back and grabbed some of those things, and that was it. There were no complaints or whatever. He seemed really happy to do it too, which was awesome. Which is one of the reasons I love comic book stores, because you get people like the man we met today who, when you ask him for something, it might not be something that he gets asked every day. And it's something not new to him, but something different, and it's cool. So yeah, I give it a 4.5.
Yeah, but they had a good selection of key comics up on their walls. It was mostly Marvel stuff from the last 40 years, but there was some older stuff there as well.
Like Gotham Girls, there was the Catwoman of Gotham Girls. Yeah. They had
loads of Wolverine comics, if you like Wolverine.
Loads. As you'll see in the pictures and footage I showed, lots of Wolverine.
Yeah.
Which is cool, because that's kind of the thing at the moment because of X-Men 97.
Yeah, and their Uncanny X-Men back issues went from about number 250 onwards.
Yeah, and the comics they had off to the side, I saw one with Gambit. It was like a foil. I think it was a foily one with Gambit. But yeah, thanks for watching if you got this far. I promise I'll look great next time. And hopefully it won't be raining. So thank you guys so much for watching this. And I will try to find another place to go to soon. I think I do have the place I'm going to, but I need to see if it's something that I can do in the next couple of weeks. Otherwise, I will go to one of the ones in London. All right. Bye, guys.